What's up? It's your boy Dre. Right now, I want to talk about probably my favorite firearm that I own, and it's the Beretta PX4 Storm, chambered in 9mm. They also have it chambered in 40 and 45. They also have a compact version and subcompact version. I have the full size 9. And the reason why I wanted the Beretta PX4 Storm is, for one, man, for me, when I looked at this, I'm a fan of design. So whenever I say I'm attracted to a gun, it's probably because it will have a lot of, say, maybe serrations, or maybe this grip pattern, or another thing is the way this rotating barrel looks. I mean, just for me, I like the design that they put into this gun. I mean, and that would definitely be the last of your concern when you say, is this gun gonna protect my life? So, for one, I'm just speaking on my personal preference and the way it looks, because I'm very much into the look. But for me, this is a sexy gun, if I would say, for lack of a better word. Now, this is a hammer fire. It's a polymer frame, and let me tell you why I really like this particular firearm and the hammer and whatsoever. Because my first pistol was a Smith & Wesson Sigma. I got rid of it because the trigger pull, for me, is ridiculous. It's not impossible, but compared to my other firearms, it's ridiculous. Like, I feel like I could have another gun that does exactly what it does, but it's still, I feel like the Smith & Wesson Sigma was a good firearm, especially for maybe a first purchase. It's a good firearm, but I feel like after I got other firearms and I felt different trigger pulls, I was like, man, why do I have this? Now, this right here, I love this because I have options as to how I carry this. This is what I mean. Okay, the magazine holds 17, and if I have one chamber, I have 18 rounds in this. Now, if I want to chamber around, just say this is a loaded mag. I take this, I chamber around. Now, if I want to carry this with the hammer down, I can just put it on my waist and carry it like that. If I'm uncomfortable carrying with the hammer down, I can throw it on safety, and the safety is a decocker. This is another thing I want to show you, because I was uncomfortable about a decocker safety, but the guy at the Beretta store showed me this. Okay. I mean, because when you see the hammer go forward like that, you're thinking, wow, am I gonna let a round go? At least that's what I was thinking. But inside here, you see that black dot? That's the firing pin. Now, watch as I move the safety switch. Watch, the firing pin is going to turn upwards, and by the time it's fully upwards, that's when the hammer will come up. You see? So you don't have to worry about this going off, because the firing pin is turned up as you're decocking it. Now, with that in mind, say I decock my gun and I carry it on my person in safe. Now, when I come back out, when I come out on a draw or whatsoever, I can have a double action trigger pull, or I could cock the hammer down and go with a single action pull. Now, for me, I like options. You know, I mean, because the double action pull, that's basically another safety, in my opinion. I feel like a double action trigger pull is a better safety than like the trigger guards that say you see on the Glock, because it's just a longer travel. And that's another thing that I can't say about the Smith & Wesson Sigma. I want it to seem like I'm bashing it, but that's a heavy trigger. But that trigger is so heavy that that's a safety in itself, and it doesn't have an external safety. So, but back to the Beretta, I just really like the option of being able to, if I want to say single action first. I mean, because after your first shot, everything's single action after that. But I'm just saying, the first shot, it can be double action or it can be single action, just depending. I mean, me personally, when I ride with firearms, if it has a slide safety or external safety, I'm gonna have it on. I mean, I feel that's my thing. You know, don't have to do what I do. It's just my thing. Now, another thing I like about this is, for a polymer frame, 9mm. I mean, I don't know if it's the rotating barrel, but this thing almost just has no recoil. You know, I mean, it's like, man, maybe because I shot 40 first. I don't know. But this right here, this has virtually no recoil. I mean, I have Ruger LC9 that kicks because it's smaller. I understand the weight deal. I also have a Ruger SR9C, and it doesn't really kick. But this right here, it seems like it's just I'm effortlessly shooting, and it's nothing to put another shot on target. But the disassembly is the easiest. Let me check this out. This is the easiest disassembly that you're gonna get. You know, it's not. You just take the this. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to cock it, trigger, pull, nothing. You just pull them both down and take this off. You know, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, now I like this. It seems like they put some extra work into this, because it's not just a regular spring and barrel. It has the rotating barrel here, and it may seem like it's that when I first seen it, and I seen that it had a rotating barrel, and I was thinking of the disassembly, I was like, man, is it going to be complicated to put this disassemble and put it back together? But actually, it's pretty simple. You know, it has this right here, and what happens is this lines up in the middle of this. So when I reassemble, I put it in. I basically leave it to where you can see that. I take my spring and put it back in whatever I want to call this. You know, and with that being said, put this in here and push it up, and basically you wait till you line. When you line it up, it's gonna lock into place. I can't really get a good angle to show you, but it locks into place. and then you put it back on, and there you go. Another thing I like about this is how tight it is. You know, typical firearms, when you cock the slide back and you twist them, you hear the barrel dangling around. You don't really hear that because of the design of the barrel. Cause see, when a cartridge ejects, watch this, it's gonna twist. You know, and that allows it to have a more of a airtight design. You know, that's another thing that's not necessarily important, but I just think that I was like, you know, here's a Glock 22. You know, you can hear the barrel rattling around, and I have Glock 27. All of my pistols, this is the only one that doesn't do that, and I was like, you know, that I noticed things like that. This is just not like the other. Now, the mag release, it's another thing that I like. It's very responsive. I never have any issues with it. Like, and when I say issues, like third generation Glocks, that the mag releases, sometimes you push them in and the mag doesn't want to fall. This falls out every single time, even sideways. It's a very responsive mag release, and I believe it can be moved to the opposite side. The safety is ambidextrous. The mag release can be flipped. It's not ambidextrous. It comes with 3 back straps, small, medium, and large. I generally go with the smallest one, but you know, because I get a better grip on the hand, get a better grip on the firearm. Now, this particular grip, they have their own unique grip. Like, there are no finger grooves, and typically a firearm, the ones that I've seen, they have like it's usually an indentation where you can rest your thumb. This one doesn't quite have that. It doesn't have it at all. It's actually very smooth right in there. So they have a unique grip, but when I put this in my hand, I feel this is perfect placement for the grip, or whatever this scaling, because once I grab that, that feels good. That, for me, that feels good. I mean, it being smooth on the sides, I feel like I could just go and just shoot this hours and hours and hours. It's like, it's just right. I wouldn't say it locks into your hand like a Glock really locks in your hand, but this, it doesn't necessarily lock into your hand, but when you get a good grip on it, you're not gonna, I can't see myself dropping it, or it doesn't seem like I'll lose my grip in any way. What I don't like is the slide release is a bit oversized, but it's a little minor issue. They also have a magazine that's it's a 20 round magazine, so you think you pick that up. I think it extends, I'm uncertain. Well, it has to extend because this is 17. So you pick that up, you got 20 rounds in the mag, you cock one, that's 21 rounds in a full-size firearm. You know, that the round capacity, it gets kind of crazy. You know, so I'm just a big fan of the design of this gun, the options I have with this gun. I don't know, I mean, and plus, I've took it to the range. I haven't had a chance to just put a lot of rounds through it, like say 500. I probably put maybe, I would give as a guess, I probably put in about 250 rounds through it, because I have 7 firearms and I try to equally dispense how much I'm shooting them. But yeah, I haven't had any malfunctions or any so far. But I figure you could, there are other people who own this firearm, and I'm pretty sure you could look into their reviews and see how they feel about it. But I love this. It's simple to take down. It has a safety, so you know, like I said, you chamber around, you throw it on safety and carry it, or you carry it with the hammer down, whatever your preference would be. You just have an option that you just don't have with striker fire pistols or internal hammer pistols, you know. And I purchased mine from the Beretta Gallery in Dallas. If you're in the Berettas, definitely go check out the Beretta Gallery, man. They're in there. There's some really nice people. They give you a good deal too. I mean, because he gave me this for $480, and the MSRP was $550. You know, so I thought that was cool. But yeah, man, I'm a serious fan of this Beretta. You have 3-dot sights. Like, I don't aim with the sights, but you know, you're interested in that. Look, they look as if they can be changed out. I'm pretty sure they can be changed. I'm not into customization. It has a rail if you want to put a light or beam or whatsoever. You know, this is just it's a good firearm. I mean, and then with Beretta, 500 years of something something for 500 years. So I would definitely trust it if it's been around for 500 years, or just having 500 years attached to the name. I think this is a good purchase. I would say for concealed carry, because this is a bit big. For a full-size pistol, that's pretty big. But in the wintertime, yeah. But that's how I feel about this Beretta. And if you don't like it, then get the compact. Get the subcompact. Now, the subcompact doesn't have the rotating barrel, but the compact does. I opted for this one just because a couple more rounds. I don't know. If I get the 40, if I get another caliber, I definitely probably go with the compact model. But that's basically how I feel. That's why I love my Beretta PX4 Storm. I don't know, I might be Italian. Favorite restaurant is Olive Garden. I like movies like what is it, the Goodfellas and shit. But that's all. But that's how, if you get you a chance, if you're in the firearms, you're looking for a first purchase, this is a good first purchase. And I've seen a couple of videos, and the guys that have this, they're enthusiastic about it. So who knows? It doesn't have quite that Glock reputation because it hasn't been out that long, but I would hope that it gets there because I love it.